What if the greatest battle of your life isn't against the world, but against the weak, hesitant version of yourself lurking within? Could you silence the whispers of doubt and forge a mind so unbreakable that no challenge can shake your resolve? Are you ready to step into the Stoic arena, slay your weaknesses, and emerge as the warrior you were destined to be? The greatest battle you'll ever face is not with an external foe, but with the weak, impulsive, fearful version of yourself that resides within. This is a war, a relentless struggle between who you are now and the disciplined, powerful person you're destined to become. The Stoics, masters of self-conquest, called this the fight for self-mastery, a daily battle to conquer your mind and rise above temptation, emotion, and mediocrity. Picture yourself standing in a vast arena, the weak self cowering in one corner, whispering excuses while the strong self, a stoic warrior, stands tall, ready to claim victory. Every day these two versions of you awaken side by side. One craves comfort, the other pursues greatness. One makes excuses, the other takes action. You must choose who wins, not tomorrow, not next week, but today. If you don't kill the weak version of yourself, it will drag you into a life of regret, shackled by fear and self-imposed limits. Stoic philosophy demands that you rise above weakness, forging a mind of steel, a soul unbreakable, and a character so disciplined that nothing can sway you. This journey is not for the faint-hearted. It requires stripping away self-pity, crushing excuses, and embracing hardship as your teacher. If you're ready to silence the voice of weakness, step onto the Stoic path and build a legacy of strength. Let's begin this transformative odyssey together. Chapter 1. The Death of Excuses. The weak version of yourself thrives on excuses, those insidious whispers that poison ambition. I'll start tomorrow. It's too hard, I don't feel like it. These words are chains, binding you to mediocrity and eroding your discipline with every utterance. Stoic philosophy, as Marcus Aurelius taught, declares, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Excuses are lies your weak self tells to keep you comfortable, but comfort is a mirage that leads only to regret. Picture yourself at dawn, the world still cloaked in silence. Your alarm rings, and the weak self begs for 5 more minutes of sleep. This is the moment of truth. Will you surrender to excuses or act with stoic resolve? To kill the weak self, you must develop a relentless intolerance for excuses, refusing to negotiate with laziness or hesitation. The instant an excuse surfaces, crush it with action. If you think, "I don't feel like working out," drop to the floor and do 10 push-ups. If you say, "I'll start later," begin immediately. Action is the antidote to excuses, a stoic weapon that severs the chains of procrastination. Consider the story of Clara, a writer paralyzed by excuses like, "I'm not inspired," or "I'll write when I have time." One morning, she listed her excuses on a sheet of paper, tore it to shreds, and committed to writing 500 words daily, no matter her mood. That small act of defiance sparked a transformation, leading her to finish her first novel within a year. Like Clara, write down your most common excuses and devise immediate counteractions. If you snooze your alarm, train yourself to sit up instantly, feet on the floor, moving with purpose. Establish non-negotiable rules, laws you follow regardless of feelings or circumstances. For example, if you commit to reading philosophy daily, no distraction or mood swing can interfere. These rules are the backbone of Stoic discipline, ensuring your weak self has no room to negotiate. Why let excuses dictate your destiny? The Stoics were warriors of the mind, acting decisively whether they felt ready or not. Train your mind to obey your commands instantly, treating hesitation as a hostile force. Each time you act despite resistance, you forge a stronger, more disciplined self. Over time, this becomes your identity, a person who moves, not one who waits. Start today. Identify one excuse you've indulged and counter it with immediate action. This is the first step to slaying the weak self and claiming your Stoic power. Chapter 2. Discipline over motivation. Motivation is a fickle ally, a fleeting spark that vanishes when you need it most. The weak self clings to it, waiting for inspiration before acting, but Stoic philosophy, as Seneca declared, teaches, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Preparation is born of discipline, the unwavering commitment to act regardless of how you feel. Picture a Stoic warrior, rising before dawn, not because he's inspired, but because discipline is his code. The weak self whispers, "I don't feel like it today," tempting you with false logic. You worked hard yesterday, rest now. The strong self silences that voice with action, responding, "I do it anyway." Discipline is a muscle, strengthened through daily exercise. If you skip a workout today, it's easier to skip tomorrow. If you procrastinate now, you reinforce avoidance. Establish rituals that make action automatic. For example, commit to a morning routine. Wake at the first alarm, make your bed and engage in movement. Push-ups, stretching, or a cold shower. These acts aren't just physical. They're declarations of dominance over your weaker self. Imagine the cold water hitting your skin, shocking your body awake, teaching you to override resistance with resolve. Take the example of James, a student who relied on motivation to study, only to fall behind. Inspired by Stoic principles, he created a non-negotiable schedule. 1 hour of focused study every morning, no matter his mood. Within weeks, his grades soared, and his confidence grew. Like James, identify 3 areas where you lack discipline: exercise, reading, or work, and attack them relentlessly. When your mind says, "I don't feel like it," use that as a trigger to act immediately. Why wait for a spark that may never come? Discipline creates its own fire, fueling progress through consistency. Seneca's warriors didn't train only when inspired. They sharpened their skills daily, knowing preparation determined their fate. Forge your discipline through small, consistent actions. Read 10 pages of philosophy, walk 5,000 steps, or write 100 words daily. Each act builds a foundation of self-mastery, transforming you from someone who hesitates into someone whose identity is action. Stop chasing motivation. It's the crutch of the weak. Embrace Stoic discipline and nothing will stand in your way. Chapter 3. Embrace hardship as your teacher. Weak men flee from discomfort, seeking ease and pleasure, but in doing so, they weaken themselves. Stoics like Epictetus saw hardship as a teacher, declaring, "Difficulties are things that show a person what they are." Hardship is the forge that tempers your will, the fire that burns away weakness. Picture yourself facing a grueling challenge, a cold morning run, a daunting work deadline, or a difficult conversation. The weak self begs to retreat, whispering that struggle is unnecessary. The strong self embraces it, knowing adversity is the path to growth. Marcus Aurelius didn't wish for an easier life. he wished to be stronger. Seneca practiced voluntary hardship, fasting, sleeping on hard surfaces, to prepare for misfortune. Follow their lead. Take a cold shower, fast for a day, or tackle a task you've avoided. Imagine the icy water sharpening your resolve, each shiver a reminder that discomfort is your ally. Hardship reveals your true character. When pressure mounts, do you collapse or harden? Consider Maya, an entrepreneur who feared failure. Inspired by Stoic wisdom, she embraced hardship by pitching her startup to investors despite her nerves. Each rejection became a lesson, strengthening her resilience until she secured funding. Like Maya, seek daily challenges, lift heavier weights, learn a complex skill, or face a fear. Why shy away from the forge that shapes you? The Stoics knew that resilience is built in moments of struggle, where you persist despite the urge to quit. Endure hardship without complaint, seeing it as a gift. When your body aches from effort, no growth is happening. When your mind is tested, wisdom is forming. Each challenge is a stepping stone to an unshakable self. Train yourself to crave difficulty, to see pain as transformation. The man who embraces struggle finds power within, becoming a stoic warrior who thrives under pressure and emerges stronger from every trial. Chapter 4. Master your emotions with stoic resolve. Weak men are slaves to their emotions, letting anger, fear, or anxiety dictate their actions. Stoic philosophy teaches that emotions are natural but must be governed by reason. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Picture a stormy sea. Weak men are tossed by waves of emotion, reacting impulsively, while strong men stand like a lighthouse, steady and unshaken. The strong self acknowledges emotions but doesn't let them rule. When anger flares, pause, take 3 deep breaths and ask, "Is this justified? Will acting on it serve my purpose?" When fear whispers doubt, challenge it. What's the worst that could happen? Imagine yourself in a heated moment, your heart racing, but your stoic training keeps you composed, responding with logic, not impulse. This is true power, mastering yourself before attempting to master the world. Take the story of Liam, a manager whose temper strained his team. By practicing stoic pauses, breathing deeply before responding, he transformed conflicts into constructive discussions, earning respect. Like Liam, train yourself to recognize emotional triggers and respond with wisdom. Why let a fleeting feeling forge permanent consequences? Cultivate a mind that's a fortress, unmoved by emotional storms. Practice mindfulness daily, observing emotions without being consumed, and replace negative thoughts with affirmations of strength. I am calm. I am in control. Your emotions are signals, not commands. Harness them as fuel for stoic discipline. Chapter 5. Build self-respect through discipline. The weak self craves external validation, chasing likes, praise, or approval. But this is a trap. Seneca warned, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." True self-respect is forged through discipline, not the opinions of others. Picture a stoic warrior, standing tall, his worth rooted in his actions, not the crowd's applause. The strong self builds a fortress of character, unshaken by criticism or rejection. Stop scrolling social media, comparing yourself to others, or numbing your mind with entertainment. Instead, invest in growth. Read philosophy, exercise rigorously, Eat with intention. Imagine savoring a nutrient-dense meal, each bite a testament to your self-respect. Develop skills that make you valuable, coding, writing, or public speaking, and create daily habits that reinforce your worth. 10 pages of reading, 30 minutes of deep work, a disciplined workout. Consider Elena, who sought approval through social media until she embraced Stoic discipline. She replaced scrolling with learning a new language, building confidence through mastery. Like Elena, why chase fleeting validation? Build self-respect by holding yourself to a higher standard than anyone else could. Your actions, following through on commitments, persisting through struggle, prove your worth daily. Respect isn't given. It's earned through a life of stoic integrity, where your presence alone commands admiration. Chapter 6. The Art of Endurance. Endurance is the stoic virtue that separates the weak from the strong. Epictetus taught, "Don't hope that events will turn out the way you want. Welcome events in whichever way they happen." Picture a marathon runner, legs burning, yet pushing forward, not because it's easy, but because endurance is his legacy. Weak men quit when hardship strikes, complaining or seeking escape, but strong men thrive under pressure, seeing struggle as a refining fire. Endurance isn't just surviving, it's growing through adversity. When a project fails or a relationship falters, the weak self retreats, but the strong self adapts, learns, and persists. Imagine facing a grueling task, your mind urging you to quit, but your stoic resolve driving you forward. Take the example of Amir, a student who struggled with math. By enduring late-night study sessions and seeking help, he not only passed but excelled, proving his resilience. Seek daily challenges to build endurance. Run an extra mile, tackle a complex problem, or fast for a day. Why avoid the path that forges greatness? Each obstacle is a lesson, each setback a chance to prove your mettle. Train yourself to remain calm under pressure, using stoic breathing to stay composed. The man who endures doesn't just survive, he prevails, becoming a stoic force who transforms pain into power and adversity into opportunity. Chapter 7. The Power of Solitude. Weak men fear solitude, filling their lives with noise, social media, shallow conversations, endless entertainment, to avoid confronting their weaknesses. Stoics like Seneca cherished solitude, declaring, "Nothing is a better proof of a well-ordered mind than a man's ability to stop just where he is and pass some time in his own company." Picture yourself in a quiet room, the world hushed, your thoughts clear. Solitude is where you dissect fears, refine purpose, and forge self-mastery. The strong self embraces silence, using it to reflect and grow. Set aside 15 minutes daily for solitude. Meditate, journal, or sit with your thoughts. Imagine the clarity washing over you like a still lake reflecting your true self. Take the story of Sophia, who feared being alone until she began meditating daily, uncovering her goals and gaining confidence. Why drown in noise when silence offers wisdom? Solitude isn't loneliness. It's the stoic forge where you build an unbreakable foundation. In these moments, you need no validation, no distractions, just your purpose. The man who masters solitude commands his destiny, walking his path with certainty, unshaken by the world's clamor. Embrace silence as your ally, and you'll discover a strength that no crowd can provide. Chapter 8. Control the chaos of the mind. A mind left unchecked is a battlefield of anxiety, regret, and doubt. Stoic philosophy demands that you master your thoughts, as Epictetus taught. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Picture your mind as a vast ocean. Weak men are tossed by waves of emotion, while strong men navigate with a steady hand. The strong self disciplines thoughts, ensuring they serve, not enslave. Practice mindfulness daily, observing thoughts without being consumed. When doubt creeps in, replace it with affirmations. I am capable. I am focused. Imagine standing atop a mountain, the chaos below fading as you focus on what you control. Take the example of Noah, whose anxiety crippled his decisions until he practiced Stoic mindfulness, journaling negative thoughts and countering them with logic, transforming his fear into clarity. Why let your mind be a puppet of emotion? Eliminate distractions, social media, negative news, and sharpen your focus with philosophy or deep work. A disciplined mind is a Stoic fortress, unmoved by external turbulence. Train yourself to think logically, assess situations clearly, and act with purpose. Your thoughts are tools, not masters. Wield them to carve a path to greatness. Chapter 9. Adopt the warrior's mentality. To kill the weak self, you must think like a Stoic warrior. Life is a battlefield, and only those prepared, mentally, physically, spiritually, will thrive. Marcus Aurelius saw adversity as a sharpening stone, declaring, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Picture yourself armored in discipline, facing challenges not with fear but with resolve. The warrior doesn't complain about circumstances. He adapts, overcomes, moves forward. When others retreat, he advances. When others hesitate, he acts. Train your body and mind daily. Lift weights to build strength. Read philosophy to sharpen wisdom. Meditate to cultivate calm. Imagine the weight of a barbell, each lift a victory over weakness. Take the story of Zara, who adopted a warrior's mindset to overcome workplace setbacks, tackling challenges head-on and earning a promotion. Why shrink from the fight that forges you? See obstacles as training, pain as growth, failure as feedback. The warrior's greatest weapon is his refusal to be broken, his certainty that he'll endure, adapt, and conquer, thrive under pressure, welcome difficulty, and become a Stoic force who doesn't just survive but dominates the battlefield of life. Chapter 10. Build a legacy of strength. A man's legacy isn't built in moments of ease, but in the trials he overcomes. Seneca warned, "Life is long if you know how to use it." Weak men squander time on distractions, leaving only regret, while strong men forge a legacy of discipline, resilience, and virtue. Picture your name etched in time, not for wealth or fame, but for the lives you inspired, the example you set. The strong man lives with purpose, not for himself, but to be a beacon for others. Every disciplined act, morning workouts, honest conversations, relentless effort, carves your legacy. Imagine a future where your children or colleagues speak of your strength, inspired by your unwavering character. Take the example of David, a teacher who lived stoically, mentoring students with discipline and wisdom, his impact enduring long after retirement. Why waste a single day? Treat every moment as a chance to sharpen yourself, to build a life that echoes beyond your years. Strive to be remembered not for what you had but for who you were. A Stoic warrior whose legacy of strength inspires generations. Live with honor. Act with purpose and ensure your life is a testament to unrelenting effort and unbreakable character. Conclusion. Slay weakness. Join the Stoic journey. You've embarked on a Stoic odyssey to kill the weak version of yourself, forging a mind of steel, a soul unbreakable, and a legacy enduring. By crushing excuses, embracing discipline, welcoming hardship, mastering emotions, building self-respect, enduring challenges, cherishing solitude, controlling your mind, adopting a warrior's mentality, and crafting a legacy, you've become a Stoic force, unrecognizable, unshakable, unstoppable. But this is only the beginning. Will you continue this path, or let weakness creep back? The Stoic blueprint is yours. Keep acting, keep growing, keep mastering yourself. Join our vibrant community at the Daily Stoic Life to fuel your journey with weekly Stoic insights, practical strategies, and inspiring stories. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, share your transformation in the comments, and like this video to spread the message of relentless strength. What's one action you'll take today to slay your weak self? Visit the Daily Stoic Life on YouTube and hit subscribe to stay connected. Together, let's forge lives of purpose, resilience, and Stoic mastery. Your strongest self awaits. Claim it now and never look back.